everyone, welcome back to another video. So when I was in the UK, I wanted to do a high tea video for you guys, but then the pandemic hit and everything just went batshit crazy. So today I decided before anything else happens, I should hurry up and do the high tea episode. And the major requirements for high tea was that it needs to be in a fancy place, food needs to look fancy, I need to look fancy, which I tried. And when fancy comes into mind, it's EDITH that usually comes to my mind. So we are here in EDITH to do a high tea. And I'm gonna be joined by my friend, the doggo. Doggo is sad. Anyway, so EDITH, they don't do high tea, but I'm gonna make my own high tea with whatever they have. We're also gonna go through the etiquettes of high tea while we have it. Etiquettes that I've never known before this particular video. I'm also going to be joined by my friend because during our university years we really wanted to do a high tea, but we couldn't for some reason, so she's gonna join me for high tea. And as usual, she's late. So we're joined by the beautiful interior of EDITH. And yes, I'm still waiting on my friend, she still hasn't made it. Welcome! This better be on slow. Hello. The phone is charged nahi karna. So, she's finally here and she's already a mess. So my friend is finally here. This is Shamiha T. Akhan. Her phone number and her house address all will be given down in the description box below. So I have been begging her to come and make a video with me, but she's very busy and she doesn't care about her friends, even though I'm her only friend. So she's finally here. Apnar anubhuti ki?
I'm so glad that I'm invited here with them for a high tea party.
Stop! First etiquette, never call it high tea. You need to call it afternoon tea. The queen only calls it tea. Shanti, I googled. So we're gonna order our food and then we're gonna go through the etiquettes and rules along the video. You ready?
Ready.
You ready? Ready. So before we even start with the afternoon tea, we already got some food complimentary. So we got their burnt cheesecake and a surprise drink. I'm not sure what this is. Smells like smells like a banana drink.
People are actually going to misunderstand you.
It's not my fault. All of you have a dirty mind. I mean, just thanda.
It wasn't me. I didn't say don't rub it like that.
How should I rub it, Shami? Banana, cinnamon drink, very thick. So we've got our sweet items right here. Our savory is still on the way. So we have a salted caramel cake, macaroons in the flavor of pistachio, blueberry and rose, triple chocolate croissants, chocolate eclair, cheese Danish and a lemon tart, and on the house burnt cheesecake. We also have a rose and roselle tea coming and also a sandwich. You're gonna see what the sandwich is. So Shamiha, what are you most excited to try? You're supposed to answer.
Okay, let me see. I think the lemon tart and the eclair.
I'm excited about
everything actually.
I just asked for one item. She's excited to have everything. Jore kotha bolish.
Okay.
So we have our full spread right here. So we got a cage full of desserts. We have our tea right here. I don't know why I touched it.
I was waiting for this.
So we have our tea right here. Some chini sugar to go with your tea. And we need savory sandwiches, but usually the high tea sandwiches, afternoon tea sandwiches are smaller in size, but we're gonna make do with Ricky's hot Nashville chicken sandwich tamabal. So when you're having an afternoon tea, do you start with the desserts or do you start with the savory?
I know, we start with the savory.
Yeah.
Right now.
So you start with the savory and you make your way to the desserts. And you should have the sandwiches with your fingers and not with any utensils.
Sure.
Sure.
I personally like this because I feel like spice level to me is fine. She's probably dying because she cannot have spicy
too
food.
spicy for me.
They have other sandwiches and burgers if you're not into spicy sandwiches. Another etiquette, don't rub your face. Dab it. Dab it.
Whatever.
Damn
The
it.
mirror image of her.
Let's move on with our tea and let's start with the delicious sweets. So we're gonna start with the macaroons. You take with your, again, you use your fingers, you don't use utensils. Gonna take the pistachio one. Nite parish.
Oh, what's the name of it?
Oটা খালি tea.
This is the blueberry. Or it has a blueberry sauce. Or jam.
Ooh, it tastes a little like pistachio. Swapsies. You don't do this in a regular afternoon tea. We're just doing it because sharing is caring. Do you generally like macaroons?
No, I'm not a fan.
Me neither. They're very pretty to look at, but too pointless.
It's overhyped at times.
We're gonna try the rose one next. Is it rose flavored or is it just pink? That's why it's rose. It's kind of like strawberry, but not really strawberry. It tastes pink, if that makes sense. So we're gonna serve the tea, and one person is in charge of serving the tea. That person is known as the mother. So I'm gonna be the mother who serves the tea.
And today we are going to call her Mary Poppins. We miss you, Riddhi. Maisha Farzana. If you want to check her Instagram ID, it's right here, there, somewhere.
So, etiquette, another etiquette. So when you pour the sugar in, you're not supposed to stir it like this. You're supposed to stir it like this.
No sugar for me.
So this is how you're supposed to stir. And you shouldn't touch the sides of the cup or make any kind of noise. Silently. It's another big no, you shouldn't stick your pinky out. You're supposed to hold it with your index and thumb, and this should be resting in your middle finger. Like this. No sticking out pinky, which I thought was very fancy, but you can't do. Oh, and you can slurp. You need to like sip it in small quantities.
No, I need a manual.
Another etiquette, you shouldn't break things when you come for an afternoon tea, which she did. Shame, Shama, shame. So generally you don't have these kind of sweets because this is not technically English or British. So you usually have like scones. Yes, that's how they pronounce it. I thought it was scones, but apparently it's scones. So you have that. You have different kind of cakes that they have, like mini sandwiches, mini cakes, and different sweets. But we're gonna make do with this. It doesn't matter. So we're gonna start with the burnt cheesecake. Hopefully we won't break any more of their utensils. Really sorry about that.
You never know.
I've had it before, I really like it. So the main distinction between a burnt cheesecake and a regular one is it doesn't have crust, and of course it's like the top layer is caramelized and it tastes a little bittersweet. So she doesn't like cheesecakes in general. Weirdo. So I'm not sure if she likes it or not.
It's good.
I really like it. It's super cheesy and creamy. Onik dense, it's very dense. Lovely. It's a lovely cup of tea. Wouldn't you say so, darling? Are you embarrassed of me? Moving on, we're gonna have the cheese Danish.
Why do I feel like this is butter?
This is cream cheese. Tumi mukhe dao. Is it cream cheese? We're gonna find out. Stay tuned for more. And cream cheese na.
It's butter and sugar.
Butter and sugar na, you get the tang. Piche that, the sourness ase. On a comb, but it's there. You get that sourness. The butter sugar is the sourness ta paiti na. Pachish na sourness ta?
Oh,
Ha.
Got this part.
Cheese Danish, not butter and sugar Danish.
This almost looks like a parody video.
If my friend Riddhi was here, she would have understood.
Thank you.
What do you want to ask me now? This is honestly one of my favorite things from here. I love their Danishes. We have no structure, nothing, it's just all over the place.
Because when you meet your friends, it's like that.
So next we're gonna have, what do you want to have? Cake, triple chocolate croissant, eclair, or the lemon tart. So when you usually have scones or scones, you're supposed to break them in half and then have them. You're not supposed to put them two together, you're just gonna have individual half pieces. Weird rules, who makes these? Ooh, that crunch, baby, that crunch.
Oh,
This is chocolate heaven. You can see the amount of chocolate in it. Super flaky, super buttery, as usual. A really good croissant in the shape of a pan au chocolat.
I heard you eat and review about pan au chocolat a lot. Is it really good?
This is basically what it is. It's just named croissant.
Oh.
It's calm crunchy, I guess. Pan au chocolate, it's too soft. Fun fact, when EDITH first opened up, the first time I came here, I actually came here with her. So we had some fancy tea that time as well. We also had the same tea, but it was in a transparent teapot, so it looked more prettier. I'm gonna be popping some pictures so that you guys can see. So I usually bring her because she's fancier of the bunch. She's always into fancy things and sparkly things, being all pretentious.
Pretentious? Maybe that's who I am.
That's who she is. Pretentious Shama. The Shama boy. What do you think about me?
I think you're a bully.
I agree. What do old British women talk about?
Their children, of course. Ki research kore ashcho?
Tu to kisui janti na kun hadde khai ke. Did you watch the royal wedding on telly?
Yes, I wouldn't miss it.
What did you think of Meghan Markle? We all hate her in England here.
But we love the Oprah show. What sort of accent is that?
We're gonna stop embarrassing ourselves and making you guys cringe, and we're gonna have the next item. So we're gonna try the chocolate eclair. Ooh, very heavy. Why is it so heavy? I like my eclairs to be a bit airy and light. So maybe if this was filled with like some kind of a cream that's light and not a very mousse-like texture, I would have liked it better. Some people might prefer this, but it's too heavy for me.
Oh, this is heavy. Okay, this is when you're supposed to put the camera down. What are you doing? I mean, it's good, but it's too heavy. I mean, they have a lot of filling.
Which has never been a complaint anywhere ever, but I just prefer my eclairs a bit lighter, so. We're gonna try the lemon tart next.
I'm the most excited about this.
A very pretty dessert. I'm gonna use my hands. I'm fancy though. Very tangy. After all that sweetness, this is a nice breath of fresh air.
I just tasted this.
It could do with a little less cinnamon, in my opinion. Not the best thing we've had, but yeah. Moving on, we're gonna try the salted caramel cake. So we're gonna try the salted cake next. Do you like salted caramel cakes?
Yes, I love salted.
What was the best salted caramel cake you've had?
Kamazo.
Their cheesecake is really good. The
So good, so good. I just ordered their, I think, cake on the Women's Day. It was so good. It was a salted caramel chocolate.
Sitting and EDITH talking about kabaza.
The balls on this one.
I really like the popcorns on top. It adds a crunch to the whole soft cake. The salted caramel flavor is there, but it's not too much. Like it's not that prominent. Maybe because of the huge cake layers.
I love cake. I'm so excited about this. No, it's a good cake. It's a good nice cake. Better than the lemon tart one.
It's a solid cake though. So with that, we have come to the end of our afternoon tea and our afternoon mess. So we have come to the end of our fancy tea, and from all the items we've had, some of them were hits, some of them were missed, some of them were in between. So out of everything I've had, let's start with the sweets. So out of everything I've had, I think my favorite still has to be the very basic cheese Danish. I just love the pastry and the whole cream cheese on top, followed by the burnt cheesecake. I really like that as well. The triple chocolate croissant was nice as well. Really like the cake. I'm not a huge fan of the tart or the eclairs. And Ricky's Nashville hot sandwich, as I really liked it, but I think they're not consistent. So if they keep it up, it's gonna be really good because I really like their sandwiches. I'm also gonna try their burgers next, so make sure to subscribe. And again, the Rose and Roselle tea was very, very rosy.
Tea incoming.
I liked the tea as well. It was adequate for 3 people. But if you like to have more tea, I think you should go for the bigger one. I would also like to thank my friend for taking the time out and coming and being a part of my very chaotic video.
No, very elegant tea party. What are you talking about?
So yeah, thank you EDITH for letting me record a video here, even though there were some miscommunications. I'm not gonna spill the tea, but anyway, thank you for letting us shoot a video here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!